Hey guys, it's been a minute, so I thought I'd give you some updates on some of the things I've been working on during my little YouTube hiatus. This is a cake I made for my Toy Story loving 4-year-old nephew's birthday. His Buzz and Woody cake. You see that smile on his face. He was very happy. I got the stamp of approval from him. This is a lemon blueberry cheesecake, my mom's favorite. It's a lemon Oreo crust, lemon cheesecake, blueberries swirled in, and then blueberries, lemon curd, and whipped cream on the top. Delicious. This is an Oreo cookie cheesecake. I did vanilla cheesecake, folded in some Oreos, white chocolate ganache on top with whipped cream and Oreos, Oreo crust. And look at that cross section. This was so much better. I usually don't like cookies and cream stuff. Now, this is my favorite, the Snicker bar cheesecake, brownie crust, vanilla cheesecake. I did caramel and pecans in the middle and semi-sweet chocolate on top to kind of counteract the sweet. Look at that cross section. That looks like a real Snickers bar right there. And then I had to take a picture of the peanuts and caramel because look how beautiful that is. So today we're going to be doing Italian cream cake cupcakes with rum cheesecake filling. This was actually my first attempt and I fell in love with it. We're going to start with all-purpose flour, scraping off the excess with a spatula, and then dumping it directly into the sifter. Next we'll come in with some baking soda. I got baking soda. And sift it up real good. Gotta use a sifter every time. Nobody wants a lumpy cake. I love my old style sifter, but again, always a sifter. Do my little shimmy, and then we're going to start separating our eggs. I like to do all my little prep like this before I start the mixing process. The eggs will all be used in the recipe, just at different points, so the yolks go in with the sugar and butter. The whites you save for last, you whip them up with some cream of tartar, and you fold them in. Of course I dropped a shell because I'm clumsy. But anybody else disgusted by that little white membrane that like hangs onto the yolk? I'm disgusted by it. Doesn't matter if I'm cooking or baking, I always peel it off. I don't know. Let me know if y'all agree or if I'm just a weirdo. And I think this is my last one here. Gotta make sure I get all of that yolk. And there it is again, the little membrane. Here they are separated. And next we're going to start cutting our butter into smaller pieces. This just kind of makes the mixer's job a bit easier. Make sure you're softening your butter. I think I let this sit out for an hour. I should have did 2 to 3. But it was soft enough. So I'll beat it a little bit before I add the sugar in. That's kind of some pre-measured brown sugar sitting there beside me. But I'm just cutting this up into tabs. If you look at my mixer, you see the kind of mirror effect. So we're going to beat this a little bit. Not going to get too crazy with it, It's soft. Just not enough. You want it soft enough to incorporate that sugar into it. That's it. Don't do too much with it. Don't do too much. So you see that? It looks real smooth. We'll add in our white sugar. And then we'll go in with some brown sugar. The brown sugar kind of gives it more of a caramelized taste. The cake batter itself. I like to use brown sugar in cakes like this, the Italian cream, and like chocolate chip cookie dough. You'll want to use brown sugar, but you're going to make sure you're scraping down the sides because you want this to get fully incorporated. You're going to beat it like it stole something, like really beat it. Scrape down those sides. You want it nice and fluffy. This is the base of your cake. The butter sugar mixture, that's the base of your cake. If you don't get this part right, by the time you get done, that cake's going in the trash. So we're beating it some more. You can see the middle is kind of fluffy, but the mixer kind of pushes it up on the side, so you got to keep scraping it down. Look at that. Do this for a little bit longer. This is sped up, so just imagine how long it actually took. I mean, this was like an hour of video before I sped everything up. But you're just going to beat it until it is light and fluffy. We're almost there. Almost at the end goal. Well, close to it anyway. Almost. And that looks pretty good. We're going to start adding in our yolks. So you'll just beat that until the yellow disappears or almost disappears. You don't want to overmix your batter. So adding those in and plop. Now we'll scrape down the sides, mix it a bit more. You just want to make sure that yolk again is fully incorporated. There we go. Scrape down those sides. And now you're adding some pure vanilla bean paste. Watkins is my favorite. I don't care if you think I use too much. I love it. And some pure almond extract. Now we'll do our dry incorporation. That's the first mixture. That's your flour and baking soda. Go in with your wet after you scrape down the sides. We use buttermilk for this recipe, and that's half of that. Then you'll go in with another third of the dry mix. Scrape down the sides and the last of your wet mixture. Last of your dry mix. And make sure you're scraping down the sides because that flour needs to be fully incorporated. Your buttermilk needs to be fully incorporated, but you don't want to overbeat it. Next, I'm chopping up some pecans. These will go directly into the cake batter, so we're going to chop them up really small. You don't want to bite into a cake and there be a whole pecan in there. Like, you need it to be little bitty chunks, because these are going to be folded into your batter. I thought I was great at eyeballing, but clearly not, because it took me 3 attempts to get enough pecans for a full cup. And I love this knife. It's called the Chop and Scoop. My mom bought it from an infomercial. It was like a miracle blade. I love it. So scoop those up. We're going to get a big bowl and dump all of the cake batter we just made into there. Every last drop. Then we're going to add in our shredded coconut and our chopped pecans and just fold those in really well. You don't want to use the mixer for this because you'll overmix your batter. You don't want to overbeat your batter. So I'm just folding it up really good. It may not look gentle because I sped this up 10 times, but very gently. Now we're going to whip our egg whites until they're nice and foamy. And then once it's foamy, you'll pause, add some cream of tartar. This is going to stabilize your egg whites. And then you're just going to beat the fuck out of it until it hits a stiff peak. Not yet. A little more. She ready. Now we're going to fold those whites into our batter. Again, nice and gently. Doesn't look gentle because it's sped up, but if you use a mixture, those egg whites will fall. They will not be stiff anymore. So nice and gently. I'm being very careful with this. Okay, scraping down the sides, making sure it's all incorporated. And then we're going to put our liners into the pan. This pan bakes 24 cupcakes. I only use the gold liners for some reason. I love them. And I use an ice cream scoop to measure out this batter because she's thick, okay? She is very thick. Almost. Gotta make sure I get every last drop of that batter because it's liquid gold. I didn't even know yet. And look at that. Okay, a little messy. Now we're gonna get started on the pecans for our frosting. These I am going to candy in a skillet before I add them to my frosting because this is my first time and I can never not be extra. Had to put my own little twist on it. Gonna melt some butter down. Pour in those pecans we just chopped that I didn't chop fine enough, clearly, but I thought I did. I really thought I did. You can see some of my big chunks. We add some sugar in there. This eye is still on. And then we're going to pour some vanilla extract because it's not me if there's not vanilla extract in it. I love my vanilla extract. Gonna stir that up real good. You want that sugar to melt. It's going to take it a minute, but make sure you're keeping those pecans moving. If you don't keep them moving, you get a big block of candied pecans. I do love candy pecans, so I would enjoy that, but not for my frosting, okay? Keep them moving. Stirring it up real good. You see the sugar's trying to melt. It takes a little time and patience. Don't get discouraged, okay? Just make sure you keep it moving. It might be hot. Put a fan on in the kitchen. Just make sure you keep those pecans moving. So you see, I'm still stirring it up. You can kind of see I'm breaking them up with a spoon because I'm like, this is too freaking big. Um, See the sugar melting in the corner, it's kind of bubbling. Just make sure you keep it moving. Gonna toss it around in there a little bit. I feel like Chef Boyardee every time I do this. I'd be like, yeah, I did that. Just candy and some pecans, but yeah, I did that. Feels professional. So, again, sugar's not melted completely. I'm gonna toss it a little bit more, and then I'll give it another quick little stir. Just want to make sure that that sugar gets to evenly melt, because you see some spots are a little more melted than others. So I'm gonna move it around, kind of push it a little bit, try to push that sugar down to the heat so that it can melt up really good. And I mean, it's not even done, but already look at that shine. I mean, I can smell this through the phone right now. I need it now. It smells so good while they're cooking. And that vanilla extract just does a little something extra for it. I don't know what it is. Giving it another good little stir. Trying to leave it alone for a second so that the sugar can have a chance to heat up. But again, you got to keep it moving. So let it sit for a few seconds, stir it up some more. Let it sit for a few more seconds, stir it up some more. Eventually, you'll get that consistency that you're looking for, the sweet spot. See that bubble over there? It's doing what it needs to do. That's what's going on. It's doing what it needs to do. Stirring that up real good. Trying to get all that stuff off the spatula. Look at that shine. And the sugar is melted now. So, drop the pecan on the stove. That's okay. Give it another quick little toss. Look at that. And we're going to put this aside once you get done tossing it up, so it can cool down before you add it to your frosting. Look at that shine. Now that's done. And you see how they're not sticking together. So this is our filling. It's going to be rum cheesecake filling. That's cream cheese, vanilla extract, rum extract, sour cream, sugar, and a little bit of lemon juice. And you're just going to beat the hell out of it. Again, you want to whip it up real nice because this is supposed to be light and fluffy. I did try to use real rum instead of rum extract the first time I made the filling. It was kind of runny, and of course the alcohol doesn't cook out because the filling goes in last, so it was strong. So unless you want everybody drunk, rum extract works just fine. Whipping that up real good because it's got to be light and fluffy in the middle of that cupcake. And then we'll put it aside and start our frosting. So my base is 2 blocks of cream cheese, 2 sticks of butter, some vanilla extract because you know I love it, and vanilla bean paste because again, I love it and it's me. If you don't want to use them both, you don't have to. This is me though. So you're going to beat this until it's one homogeneous mixture. You want the butter and the cream cheese to become one, okay? And look how that is whipping up so nicely. I could eat this by itself with a spoon. I ain't gonna lie to you. I could eat this by itself with a spoon. I don't even need the sugar. Just like this. Cream cheese, butter, vanilla. And look how fluffy that is. So I added my pecans here and beat it a little bit more once I added my pecans. It does make it a bit softer than you'd like, so you want to add powdered sugar for that sweetness as well as stabilization. Whipping it up real good. Looks like ice cream right here. I don't have a video of me frosting the cupcakes, but I do have the finished product for you guys here shortly. Look at that. Perfection. I mean, this stuff is so good. And that's my frosting. I toasted coconut to go on top. And that's my cross section. We got the rum cheesecake filling and the toasted coconut on top with that delicious candy pecan frosting. This was by far one of my faves. Thanks for watching, and let me know what you guys want to see next or what I can improve on. Thank you.